Welcome back, everybody, to our series here in the ESL One Katowice 2019 group stage. It is compLexity taking on Alliance. Lizard joining me here on the mic. Game 1 was extended, it was long, it was back, it was fourth. Alliance came out on top eventually.
It was an amazing game, honestly. Yeah, we had some throws here and there, but in the end, it was a lot of fun watching those throws and just the way the game went back and forth.
Yeah, it sure was, but we've got, well, it's a new game, but the draft is looking a little similar. Lifestealer first pick for compLexity, Troll as a response from Alliance, but with Cottle banned, they decide to go with the Oracle this time.
They go with the Oracle, a hero that was banned the last game. Opens up that Huskar pick for them, also shuts down the Bat possibility for compLexity Gaming, shuts down the Darkseer possibility for compLexity. So Oracle is definitely a pretty good pick for Alliance, a hero that Insania just loves to play as well. If you saw him saving people with Cottle, left, right and center, just wait and see what he can do with Oracle. So
it really is one of his comfort picks, isn't it?
Yeah. They play this hero a lot.
Cottle, Chen, Oracle. Insania's wheelhouse, his repertoire. Phoenix, Nature's Prophet, Jug, Chaos Knight banned by Alliance, with Lone Druid, Chen, and Cottle with Brewmaster added to the list. compLexity take them out. They've targeted Insania a little bit there with the Chen and the Cottle, so you kind of expect the Oracle to come as Cole, right?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they kind of killed his hero pool. I'm not saying that he does not play a lot of position 5 heroes, he does. But the strategies that they have practiced and that they revolve around usually include this Oracle, Chen, or Cottle. So
Razor removed in that final ban in the second stage. Don't allow Alliance the easy lane matchup against the Lifestealer.
Perhaps is Tiny banned. He isn't.
That's a good point.
compLexity might snatch that one as well if it's not banned. They really love it. Now it's on Alliance to ban it or not. We'll see if they decide to.
Pretty good against Oracle as well, the instant burst damage.
They ban out the OD instead. They go for this. I mean, this is one of the drafts that they've drafted before. They just go with Oracle and Sven. I believe they have that under their belt. Yeah, Oracle Sven.
It sure is.
A couple of times. They love that combination of heroes. Taiga is most likely going to be that Sven this game around. Give him something strong, manly up front that runs at you. Not gonna be that Slardar, that Panda this time around, but
5 seconds remaining.
Sven brings a lot of utility. With that Warcry, you can buy a few bracers, perhaps lads too. Then you have the Oracle with the saves. This troll isn't gonna ever die, it seems. Oh, nice.
Dire team pick.
And the puck from Alliance.
The steal away.
Steal away indeed. TA isn't banned, a hero that could work for compLexity versus that puck. But then you can put puck on the offlane if the TA is picked instantly and get something that counters her on mid.
Shuffle the lanes around.
Just shuffle it a bit. Boxy, we've seen him play puck a couple of times, not with too much success, but overall it's their first victory today in any case. So
keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And Winter Wyvern here for Cole. It gives them the wave clear that they have been lacking in previous games. And it's also a nice little ability, having that Winter's Curse against heroes like Troll and Oracle.
Yeah, Troll pops that ulti. Sure, you Winter Wyvern curse him, and he's just lost. Now the next pick of compLexity Gaming is gonna give it away. Yeah, alright. I mean, Tiny not banned. compLexity goes for Tiny. It's compLexity 101.
The Limp special.
The Limp special. Z-Freak plays it a lot too, but this game, I think it's definitely gonna be a Limp.
So we have 3-4-3 Wyvern. ET likely going to be Z-Freaks, right? With Limp on Tiny, Miracle, Lifestealer. So Death is going to be that final pick, more likely than not. While Alliance, you mentioned the Boxy Puck is a potential here. So is the Sven.
They can take the Boxy Puck, I believe, versus the Lifestealer, as it's a decent lane for Puck. You are never really in any danger of dying. And then you pick something versus the Tiny mid. Perhaps a Kunkka would do well for them. Koikwa Kunkka, something like that. I mean, Kunkwa versus Tiny is Kunkwa. Kunkwa, yeah. Koikwa Kunkka is Kunkwa versus Tiny is pretty alright. Like, you don't truly win the lane super hard, but neither does Tiny. You're both tanky beasts in that mid lane with a few bracers hitting each other.
Something Alliance have toyed around with is a Lycan, along with heroes like Oracle and Sven.
10 seconds.
And against
remaining.
Tiny and Lifesteal are two heroes that can suffer when they're being run at
5
by
seconds
Troll and
remaining.
Lycan and Puck and Walk right up.
So the Lifestealer and Tiny can suffer against him, right? It can be problematic.
But Wyvern's there.
But Wyvern is there, yeah. And then you have those Necros and Units and Wolves.
And they get slapped by an ET.
Yep.
And they get jumped by the That's a good point.
It can be problematic if they go for Lycan, but they do like that pick, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did go for it.
It's a difficult final ban, whichever way you look at it. Alliance have kept their draft very open so far.
Sven and Puck just very versatile on their side. Even the Troll, you can send him mid or safe lane. Most likely not gonna be mid this time around, but you never know. Have to wait and see. That Kunkka still makes a lot of sense, but complexity is taking their time. The OD is banned, the Razor is banned, so
Yeah.
Tiny instantly came out. It made a lot of sense. Now they just have to ban something away from Alliance, and they're burning through their time. What do you actually want to ban?
Dire team pick.
Timbersaw, apparently.
Well, Koikwa did play him a lot.
And there's limited burst damage
You-
from complexity outside of Tiny.
No burst, yeah, Tiny isn't enough by far. And like, he would be able to lane anywhere in this game right now. And at the same time, like, these two strength cores
Radiant
would suffer a
team
lot.
And there's Death's hero.
Alright, Enigma.
Seen Enigma's struggle, really. You know, KP and Death have both played it a number of times so far in the group stage. It's a varied success. It's just one of those heroes, you know, you can rely on that black hole a little too much. Sure enough, he can build into auras and have that pushing power from Eidolons.
Every time we saw Enigma so far in these games, there was a Rubik against it. This time around, there's no
5
Rubik or
seconds
anything like that. No silencer, no Rubik. So this game for Enigma isn't that hard. Nothing to break that black hole as well, the BKB. So can jump in, have a good black hole.
And they've got some really good setup for their team fights. Curse into Stomp into Black Hole.
They have decent team fight indeed.
Alliance with only one BKB core so far.
And severely lacking damage on the side of Alliance too. If you look at them like Oracle, Sven, a lot of sustain, not a lot of damage. Puck, some burst here and there, but eventually falls off. There's a lot of weight on Troll's shoulders. And they need to pair him up with something. They need damage.
How sold are we on this, the support Sven?
I think pretty sold. They go with the third prophet.
Choose your hero.
So DP mid against Tiny?
I believe it will be, yeah. She does fairly well there. You have your nuke to spam to get the last hits. It's limp Tiny though, you have to be careful. He tosses you back under that tower. You can find yourself in a lot of problems.
Well, in this second game, it is do or die time. These teams, they need wins under their belts and they need to really bring the best to the table. And for the best, we've got Mercedes to give away. Get yourselves over to the ESL website, get your votes in for the Mercedes MVP, as we can all vote once per day. Would you believe it? Who will carry on the legacy? Who will get the Mercedes cars? Now VP have left them open. Alliance. Their draft, it ticks a lot of boxes. But complexity just have that real fear factor about their draft for me anyway. Lifesteal Radiance comes online. Tiny, Limps,
You have
specialty
Limp,
with a blink.
Tiny. It can always go south for Alliance when you're playing versus that Tiny Limp. At the same time, they have something planned. They did let that Tiny go through. In the first game, they banned it, so they know that Limp loves playing it. They know that they're gonna take it, and they answer with the Koikwa
Prepare for
Death
battle.
Prophet. So maybe this was their plan all along. Scheming, little Alliance. Insania laughing there.
A last pick DP.
Yeah. He didn't take too much time thinking about it either, so...
Yeah, it felt like one of the, is there anything you want more than DP? And Koikwa said, nah, just give me the DP.
Gives them some push, together with the troll. Gives them some easy rush potential early on.
Did Limp just fake the ward? He did, right? He was smoked up and he walked up high ground, faked the ward placement. And an interesting observer coming out from Alliance, watching out towards the bottom rune.
It's gonna most likely show the rotations from Elder Titan. That's what they're expecting that ward to do at least. Show that Elder Titan once he rotates from bottom to mid. As that Prophet can always fall to a gank, not truly on her own. Well, she shouldn't die on her own versus Tiny, but if a Titan rotates behind, it can be problematic. Right now, Titan is on top lane though. They're starting as a tri-lane.
Yeah, they sure are. So Boxy Puck, Tiger Sven, Koikwa on the DP, heading towards mid with Mika and Insania down bottom. compLexity contesting top runes though, with Z-Freak and 343 here with the Arctic Burn, but a Storm Hammer. Close the door on the steal, so 3 for Alliance. Z-Freak punching away at Boxy and forcing an early orb and early regen to be burnt. Still feels pretty good for Cole if they can push this advantage in the top lane. Tiny Limp in the mid with Death. Enigma down bottom with a Blightstone level 1. Does deny the range creep and runs away from lane.
Runs away from lane. Yeah, he's just using that clarity to deny another creep now. That's basically he's gonna block this wave.
And then the wave pushes up to his tower,
Yep.
meets up here.
Usually what people do is they try to go for an additional creep deny on that first wave, but this is maybe even a bit better because you don't risk your clarity being destroyed by that support. And if that support gets that clarity, then it's not optimal. So going back and doing this, he also controls the wave. Yeah,
Perfectly.
perfect. By the
On the red line. Literally on the red line.
just really good.
So Insania now has to go back, try and pull and readdress this issue.
Well, perhaps they can dive this, but Elder Titan is porting bottom instantly. Because usually what you want to do to this Enigma... Oh, and the Spirit is going to follow across the map. Yeah.
I hate that you can't click on the spirit anymore. I'd love to just zoom in,
Gonna
see what he's up
select-
to.
Gonna go over some camps, some ancients. He's not gonna get a whole lot of damage. He's only level 1. Oh, 81 damage. Well, not too shabby, I have to admit. He does not have boots though, so no way of catching up to anyone.
Boxy. Where are we? 5-0. There is a ward in the camp though. So they can't actually pull across and reset this lane. So with 343's little drag back, Tiger and Boxy don't really have a lane to be in right now. Miracle continues that free farm top. As does the tiny mid. 9 and 6 on Limp.
He's doing alright so far. Keeping, like the denies are great. Koikwa is doing kinda fine. Keeping up with the tiny at least.
Tiny gonna have to burn through a fair amount of regen, but Koikwa, similar story. Up against that splash from the tree grab. There's the spirit from Z-Freak. No stomp. Went for the natural order, level 2, so we can go for the big punches.
There is Purge though. Purge is himself, Purge is the Z-Freak, and just runs away. Does not purge the Titan buff, but gets out.
And it's because he cast it on himself. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
It can't be dispelled anyway. Pretty calm start. Neither team really looking to commit for anything. Eidolons will be cleared up by Alliance nicely down bottom, and Z-Freak doesn't feel like he has much of a home unless he can maybe pick off Insania down here.
So far Insania is positioning himself in such a way that he's not truly an easy kill. So Z-Freak is helping out that though. That isn't getting as much experience as he would like on this lane, but
This is really nice. Even more Eidolons.
Yeah.
Is that missed chance? He gets the deny anyway, Death. Well, yeah, like you were saying, Insania is really towing that line. It's a very fine one. Where he's in reach for Z-Freak, but not quite at the same time.
is that the soul ring for Enigma that just got delivered? Yep. I mean, this is all he needs. Once you get that Soul Ring on Enigma, it's very hard to stop that hero from taking over the lane. Boxy. Alright. With Taiga, Wyvern was out of position a little bit. Instantly gets punished. They definitely have the kill potential, the two of them. It's very hard for Miracle and Wyvern to do anything about it.
Limp gets his bottle delivered, and there is an illusion room top. Avalanche, no mana for toss, pops the mango, and there we go, in onto the tier 1. Koikva with a Fairy Fire, a Salve, and a Dream is going to get burnt down by the Arctic damage of 343's Wyvern.
Yeah, this is basically what teams do with Tiny when he's mid. You rotate one support behind you, toss the hero back to the tower, and suddenly that Prophet that wasn't really out of position gets punished for just moving towards that rune.
And Limp just starts to accelerate insanely.
Yeah.
Tiger, fake pumping the stun onto Miracle. Lifestealer has the rage to dodge it, of course. That's what he's trying to bait and force out. Alliance losing Koikva there. It does hurt a little bit for the DP. As this Limp Tiny could...
Yep. It's very important for this Tiny to accelerate super fast from this
it's snowball
lane.
season.
Yeah, he needs to snowball, gets that Link Dagger as soon as possible so that he can pressure everyone across the map once Enigma and Nyx are lost in their lust for farm.
Look at that, Z-Freak alone is going to be able to grab double bounty while 343 takes one top, but he's being chased by Tiger here. Level 2 343 doesn't have Cold Embrace, but Tiger not going to continue that chase. Miracle getting punched around by the puck. And the right clicks, they start to hurt with treads up for Boxy now. They do force the rage on Miracle.
Force him to put it on cooldown at least for a couple of seconds, so they can be a little bit more aggressive on the lane.
I'm insane, you're doing what he does best.
I'm surprised that Enigma just completely abandoned the lane and went to the jungle. Troll is one of the harder heroes to deal with, as he has multiple spells to deal with your Eidolons, obviously, but at the same time, just denying those creeps and keeping the Troll unsatiated is pretty decent.
It would be nice to see him kind of deny a creep and then go back into the jungle.
Yep.
He will come into lane now.
The thing is, you don't really want to deny the catapult wave. You don't want to deny the Carty.
Insania has moved into mid to pop a few raindrop charges from Limp. Well, the Titan watched it all happen, so they knew it was occurring, and Death is going to clear through the large camp as Troll is left alone down bottom. And Mickey really wants these Eidolons, but a Malefice into Z-Freak punches. Mickey turns to fight and kill off the Eidolons with the help of Insania's Oracle and compLexity. They go back to their calm farming ways.
Mid lane Limp got really low. Taiga was diving him, but right now they're gonna go for Taiga, it seems, instead.
Oh, is that going to be enough? He's in the middle of both stomps and one more smackdown.
Very well played by Z-Freak there.
It's a very even game yet again.
And Troll is on top, but he's followed up by three dire heroes.
Does Miracle have anything else? No? Phase boots and gloves of haste? Of course, yeah, the phase boots are there, so he's not rushed the hand of Midas.
He could have had it if he didn't go for phase boots, obviously, but there are multiple ways you can start these items on Nyx. He decides to go for phases.
Death being dived. Insania, though, unfortunately healing him up with the Purifying Flames. And a Midnight Pulse, enough of a deterrent there to keep Alliance at bay. It looks like Tiger wanted to make a play in mid lane, but they're now angling him down towards this bottom tier 1. Oh, he's changed his mind again. I don't know if Limp really is a kill here with 1.4k HP, a bracer.
And a stick, yeah.
And maybe
no sticks there, but yeah, he's definitely a hard kill. They already tried once, and they have failed. They do zone him away from that rune though, so he's gonna be one sad Tiny back into mid lane.
13 denies though. I'll cheer him up a little bit. Boxy. I don't know where 343 is. He's very patiently waiting in the trees, and now they force the orb from the puck. Tiger stunned from fog. Boxy has a dream coil here. Still waiting for that rage to come out from Miracle, though, before they can really continue making a play. Maybe with another stunt, they can bait it out, but Miracle, with limited regen now, is going to have difficulty staying in this lane, in all honesty.
I think if you manage to force 3-4-3 to use Arctic Burn like this and maybe go a bit out of position defending Miracle, you can go on that Wyvern kill instead. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, just poke, poke, poke until Wyvern is poking his head out. Then you go for the kill. Oh, he gets out. Barely survives, actually.
30 HP.
They do have that shrine to work with, so they're gonna go for that.
Oh, Limp is baiting this super hard. Again, they're going to try and make this play. It's being pinged out by DP saying, hey, there's a hero here. There's no way Limp plays that little forward step there.
Yeah.
That one little forward step, that's what gives it away. It's those little moves where it's like, oh, he tried it for a fraction of a second. Quick for nose.
Yeah, every single movement that you see on the map for these players is just telling them a story of what's happening in the game, what's happening in the fog behind that tiny. He's never aggressive without a reason.
If someone stutter steps, if someone falters, or if they overstep their bounds, like Insania here, Death. This time the bait on the side of compLexity. Bring Insania to his knees. 3 heroes down here, though. As Limp expends his combo, but Tiger not quite in reach for a Stormhammer. And they will just have to give away both bounty runes down bottom. And they snatch away the action rune. Haste up top.
Limp is gonna be happy with those bounties on bot lane at least.
Dire's middle tower is
He's
under
gonna
attack.
get the bottle refilled, and there's the first DP ult
Dire's
used on mid.
structures are fortified.
There's no reaction coming from compLexity so far, at least.
343 has gone for some real deep warding, and he's behind this push somehow, Winter Wyvern. Interesting position. He's going to get caught by Boxy's puck, it looks like. Limp not going to be able to join the fight here. 343 will just die. Well worth his life to get a couple of, well, at least one very good ward down.
Yeah, the other one was there a bit before. Boxy instantly responds with that haste rune that he just picked up, so pretty well played by him. He's going bottom as well, so this Enigma might be in problems. We'll see though. Troll needs to commit to this, he needs to dive too.
He's defended his tower so well, Death, so far. With a Centaur Stomp, he could keep himself alive and turn with a Black Hole on the Midnight Pulse, and Limp's arrival will seal the security of 2 kills as Puck and Troll overcommit heavily.
What didn't they account for? Was it the sticks? Why did they commit so hard onto an Enigma that they couldn't kill? Helm of Dominator tanks are up a bit.
Centaur Stomp?
The stomp from the Centaur, I suppose, yeah, really helped out. So it looked like they had a kill, but no burst damage in between the Troll and the Puck, I suppose.
Because it was meant to be Troll just pops his ulti and chases. But the Stomp into Black Hole was so well timed with a tiny
the
TP.
silence was the first thing that he used, so it ran out by the time they got on top of him.
Yes, a level 3 Waning Rift, interestingly enough. 1-3-1, the build across the Puck. compLexity bringing numbers down bottom as they chase the Troll, but Insania here with a Fate Edict and a couple of heals. Malefice with the Midnight Pulse, drop him to about half HP as the TPs from Alliance, one gets cancelled, Tiger will complete. I think compLexity pretty happy they commit 2 supports down here and they force Alliance really to bolster their efforts in defending the Troll. Tiger with a stun to start things off. Interesting Cold Embrace onto one of the Eidolons, but Troll getting slept up, and with this Earth Splitter not quite connecting, even with the Malefice, the Troll turns to fight with Battle Trance ready. Maybe he can get in here, but a false promise on the Winter's Curse. Insania should be able to keep the Troll alive here with a couple of Purifying Flames, but he's not using them. A quick grab on the Oracle, and Troll not able to run away to the left. Means Tiger, with 14 one-charges and a Stormhammer, might be the only chance the Mickey has to survive, but with 4 heroes surrounding him, there really is no chance.
They got that ultimate from Oracle was a little bit too soon, I think, but I think he was worried that he's just gonna die, so he pops it instantly before Tiny gets to him.
I think Insania's like, I'm dead here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm dead, at least I'm gonna pop my ult on you and save you for a few seconds longer, maybe you get out.
In the meanwhile, they kill off Lifestealer and get a tier 1 top with a DP ulti.
That's a pretty good kill. That silence probably put to use versus the Nikes. Nikes is getting closer to that Radiance, right? How close is... well, not very close.
I mean, you're not wrong, he's getting closer.
He is getting closer, but I expected him to be much closer after the start that he had.
Oh, we're still on CS. My bad, guys. We should move to net worth. DP up at level 10. Take a quick look at hero levels as everybody is cracking level 6 already. And there is Lifestealer up at the top, 5.5k, with Enigma just behind him. With 1600 gold and the Helm of the Dominator, while Limp punishing Tiger. Splinter Blast not gonna connect, and Sven sprinting back actually survives.
Yeah, but you can see the Tiger is just creating space everywhere across the map, moving. Limp, I mean, with the Tiny. He's just so... He feels the hero so well. He knows exactly where he needs to go and where he needs to be. He's always on spot to get these pick-offs. On supports, on troll cores, it doesn't really matter.
Radiant are scanning.
Where do they go now, though? Where do they push? This deep ward of theirs is scouting out Boxy. It looks like they might go mid even.
Boxy's pinging
Oh, haste, yeah.
this death Enigma, but look at Limp moving in behind the puck. The phase shift won't last long enough, and there's the black hole. Boxy nearly dead, but not out just yet. Will be able to phase and jaunt to the orb and TP home, as this black hole from death hasn't accomplished what they needed. Alliance respond very quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, this time around, the Enigma is the hero that got baited into that big ulti that she didn't manage to do anything with. The black hole committed. Puck still survives. They get a return kill. Nice. He's super fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tiny swiftly getting towards Blink. That stomp barely missing, and Sania would have been easy pickings for Limp with the 4 points in Avalanche and Toss.
He doesn't have like the blink yet, right? Limp?
No, he's like 600 gold.
600
700
gold away
gold
from
away.
it. As soon as he gets that blink, the game is gonna change for him. It's gonna be much easier to get this pesky little oracle out of the picture instantly, just blow him up. Same can be said for some other heroes if he has someone else to go with him. Someone like Nyx. Nyx is gonna be farming his Radiance, though, for quite some time now. What are we looking like? 17, 18 minute Radiance at least, I think.
Yeah, he's still a good 1300 away from the relic. So it's going to be, 18, 19.
even,
Yeah,
19-ish.
even a bit later.
So, even if that blink dagger does come
Radiant's
out
middle
right now,
tower
he's not
is
gonna
under
be able to
attack.
get way too much done with it, as he has no partner in crime, no Furions to port there, no Embers, no Nyx assassins, nothing like that. He just has these farming defensive heroes like Wyvern and Elder Titan as well. Aren't really heroes that help you in these pickoffs.
Nice attempt from Boxy. Nearly got the silence off before Miracle could rage, but it is level 4 rage as Koikva yules up into the air onto Miracle with a veil to follow through. Boxy wants to orb in, but Limp at the back, catching with the avalanche and forcing Alliance to reconsider their options.
Dire's bottom
Koikva
tower is under attack.
kept up and running thanks to the Oracle's heals. And both teams falling back, but look at this. Alliance know the smoke is coming. Boxy takes the high ground position on the ramp. Limited spells available, but Koikva would love to get this exorcism.
Dire's top
An
tower
objective,
is
a
under
kill,
attack.
something. Trouble is,
He
he's
might
been
die.
jumped by the Tiny. Silence is too late. And I thought Alliance saw that coming, but they split up across the map and they don't organize for the smoke from Cole.
Yeah, Koikva was a bit too far away, and Insania fell back already, so I don't know why they remained in that part of the map. Maybe because they expected the smoke to be going in their jungle, towards their jungle, and not towards the Dire one. I believe that is a possible explanation for Koikva farming. Because they did see the smoke, right? So
I thought they did, because there was the Tiny here and the other people smoked back here. Maybe they just didn't see it. Either way, Koikva dead. Exorcism in about a minute, 10 seconds.
is he getting Holy Locket on the Prophet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Alright. Pretty decent item this game as well.
This opens up the map for Miracle, though. Relic money is here.
Dire are
Bottom
scanning.
lane free for him to farm. As the scan from Dire onto Roshan, it clicks onto Boxy's puck. This might make compLexity react a little too aggressively. But it looks like they've got a good idea of what's going on with Boxy showing mid.
Regeneration.
Nyx is bottom, stunned up, but they don't have cash for him right now. You have these silences from Boxy and silence from Death Prophet, but it's hard to use them before he rages out. Once he gets that Radiance, this game changes for complexity completely. It's gonna be the Radiance, infest into Tiny, just blink, one target after another. Where's Troll sitting with his items? What's happening to Troll? He has that Battle Fury this time around, so a little bit of a different build. He's going all into farming. Oh, Miracle.
Miracle against Mickey.
Yeah.
And Miracle actually forcing the fight onto the Troll. No backup here for Alliance, and Mickey is a goner. The rest of Alliance, they're all down towards bottom lane. Tiger Boxy looking for Death's Enigma, who very calmly farms the jungle off to the left.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Troll bluffed there. He went in thinking like, alright, they're gonna back.
Oh, Boxy misses out on the coil, and now complexity, they swarm in. Have a toss with Miracle jumping out. Boxy no orb, but has the false promise. Winter's Curse will hold him in place, but I don't know if they can finish him off. They won't throw the black hole in there, and Boxy healed up for good measure by Insania. And Limp's there, ready and waiting. Blink, combo, dead puck, down you go.
This Tiny is always in the right position, isn't he? Getting these blink, toss combos. He's always there. Yeah. It looks very simple, but it's not that simple.
It's 405, this Tiny.
This is the reason why everyone bans the Tiny.
It is.
From complexity. It's a hero that they do very well on, either on the position 4 or 2.
Echo Saber 1,000 away for Limp, but we've got the Radiance on Lifestealer now. Miracle's having it delivered 20.5 minutes. Not spectacular timing, but not awful by any means. And they also have this Enigma with the Hand of Midas swiftly into the BKB after Helm and Soul Ring. Pressure on this bottom tier 2, the easier lane for the Dire to grab.
They're hitting these timings in a really decent manner. You're gonna have that Radiance on Ix, you have it, and then you have the BKB on Enigma. They're gonna feel very, very strong.
Alliance trying the counterplay, which is pushing up top tier 2. Mickey kept up and running by the Oracle, and Death's TP will not come to anything just yet. Koik for testing the water with a quick little Soul Siphon. Look at where Limp is. Radiant Vision sees them coming in around this shrine area, so Miracle and Limp.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have an Infest Bomb. They have Black Hole, they have Wyvern's Curse, they have everything they need, and there we go, they Infest, but it looks like they're gonna go somewhere else, or you see how their mid is pushing in? Perhaps they're thinking, alright, listen,
Troll TP's here.
Someone TP's here, someone is gonna defend this tier 2. Let's go there instead, while you guys defend top, because you are Elder Titan and Wyvern, like, how can you not defend? Just death, guys. Anyways, Tiny...
Level 4 natural order with Splinter Blast level 4, no biggie.
Tiny goes back, because Alliance isn't falling back.
Alliance playing into their vision now. They've played past their vision, and they are going into darkness to try and sideswipe this top tier 2.
Where are they gonna go already? Like they're so indecisive on the side of complexity. They smoke up instead. Boxy is the one in front. He is the hardest kill, perhaps.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He's just going to clear out some jungle camps. Limp. Revealed. Still infested inside. Miracle really wants this jump to happen, so they'll just go on Tiger and find the quick and easy one over on Sven. Rest of them trying to TP out, but there's a catch here. Yule Scepter up on ET means Koikva trapped, and Death trying to go wild, but with a false promise, Koikva should be able to heal up a reasonable amount. The trouble being he's 1 versus 4 on this Death Prophet. Alliance bleeding out one by one as complexity sweeping through this team fight. Look at that, just blinking forward, catching kills.
Left, right, and center. I believe that when they started off with that Taiga kill, that everyone else is gonna get out. But complexity did split up properly. They didn't all go for that Sven, and that Yules from Elder Titan. I love that item on Elder Titan. Gives you movement speed, gives you mana regen that you need. A pretty decent item overall. Set up the stomp too, and obviously break those pesky ports.
TP cancel. Hello Tiger, getting gone on again. Combo in from Limp, and with that stomp, they make it look pretty easy. As Boxy forced to blink away, a 2-man coil turned with the Winter's Curse, and Troll goes to work. That's a nice little play around, but the black hole will shut it all down. False promise, you ready for Insania? No, it's on CD for 40 more seconds.
Dire's middle tower.
So Alliance, yet again, one by one, falling.
Okay, maybe that's a bit too deep, Mr. Winter Wyvern. Go back. Wait for your teammates, but they're pushing in.
Here comes the high ground attempt. Still no false promise on Insania. So he gets shredded by the Tiny. Limp with the Echo Saber, slamming around and looking for Koik for now. Tossed back into the middle of 5, and the DP, there's no way that she survives.
And they're cracking under pressure.
So from a 75-minute game into potentially a 25-minute game, as compLexity are taking their first lane of barracks.
They're gonna buy back and defend this for sure. Puck is up in 5 seconds. You have to fall back.
Barracks are under attack.
But honestly, getting the tier 3 this early on, it's a scary place Alliance is in right now. That Prophet doesn't seem to be working for them. She just gets blown up by it. Even with the Oracle ulti, it just doesn't save her. I mean, what's the score of this Tiny? Please tell me once again.
7-0-10.
Alright.
7-0.
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
He's got a double damage rune bottled as well.
Echo Saber moving towards that Blink Dagger, Shadow Blade as well.
Alliance sneaking a Roshan, feeling that this is one of the few ways.
But Elder Titan, isn't he gonna just check this with the Spirit?
He's got it, yeah.
You see? There you go. The stun is there.
All slept up. Nap time for Alliance.
Just slow it down until Enigma is there, I suppose.
Miracle considering the rage and run in. Mickey, Battle Trance, Tiger, no God Strength. They do have the false promise, as well as the Puck Dream Coil. Catching the Winter Wyvern. In goes Limp with an avalanche, but no toss until he catches Tiger. Mickey has the Aegis though, and he sprints forward with his Battle Trance. compLexity, they're dipping, diving, trying to get away, and, well, they'll lose their Winter Wyvern, who immediately buys back. Boxy on the high ground, looking to catch out Limp, but his double damage rune and the infested Lifestealer with a black hole potentially here from death. Never mind, it's on cooldown, ignore me. They'll do this the old-fashioned way with a stomp and a sleep. They will trap the DP and Oracle in place, and now Alliance swinging into action with Mika's Troll. Miracle stunned, he's being held in place, and the Tiny can't dish out the deeps fast enough. Boxy's Puck juking around, and compLexity, they've been kited so heavily this fight. They did take the Troll's Aegis of the Immortal and nearly find a couple of kills off the back of the Winter's Curse with a Splinter Blast.
Hey, it looked like they might even be able to take that fight because there was no Death Prophet's ulti at the end of it, but they just weren't, so they had no Black Hole, no big spells to work with. And they do take down that Aegis at least. Nikes pays the price.
You've got to say a win for Cole, right? They lose the Lifestealer, but they kind of win a fight with no Black Hole.
Yeah, they bought back the Wyvern too, though. So it's
true.
It's a bit
breaky. Oh, Dire killed Roshan.
Yeah, they did take Roshan. It was snatched by Troll. The Aegis was snatched, so it's a win. It's a small win. Maybe if that was there a bit earlier for the midnight pulses in the Rosh bit, they could have defended it a bit better. But overall, not too shabby. They do take down that Aegis instantly. They have a BKB now on Enigma.
Blink BKB Black Hole next fight. Z-Freak working on a halberd to deal with the Troll.
They need it. They need some way of dealing with this Troll. Either a halberd or Glimmer Capes or 4 staffs. You have to kite him. Did Tiny die? Nope. Still 7-0-10.
Still 7-0. I mean, he had a double damage rune in that fight. But Alliance played really well to really kite Limp out of existence almost. Limp takes up post down bottom and keep that wave out.
It was the way Puck played that fight. I think that's the most important part. Boxy just scouted the Wyvern out. Solo controlled him. Wyvern couldn't go in, couldn't use his ulti. Because of that, Troll was able to take that Aegis and just follow up.
And Puck is working on that Aghanims, but it's a fair distance away as Alliance smoke. Look for a play. Koikva holding the front line, clearing out the creep waves with Boxy and Tiger not too far off. And Mickey with Insania scouting out Eidolons. A good idea of where death is. They can't follow through on it past this tier 2, which Cole are using very, very well as a defensive tool. And now the smoked up, no, shadow bladed up. I must correct myself. The Invis Tiny with a blink. Boxy in trouble. Here we go. Here we go. Limp not gonna show. Waiting for it, biding his time. Jumps onto the Oracle instead. Perfect. Now, down goes the saving grace of Alliance. They'll move towards Koikva with Miracle, and Death He has this black hole, doesn't want to use it on just a lowly Death Prophet though. Needs more heroes in there to be able to slay. The toss up from Limp, and the big punches arriving.
Nice is dead.
Lifestealer's gone, and Koikfa cursed up. They should be able to get the kill, but the black hole coming in and the ghosts arriving means Koikfa's back up to full HP. Toss up on the Boxy with a face shift there, saves himself for a couple of seconds, and Troll turns and destroys compLexity. Z-Freak in trouble now as Limp has the Shadow Blade and run. Z-Freak looks like he's about done as well. Take down Tiger before he can throw a stun the way of the ET, so Limp does keep his buddy alive.
I mean, alright.
So Ghost coming in at the right time.
That wasn't really great from compLexity, honestly. I was wondering why they didn't blow up the puck instantly, as Oracle has no way to react fast enough. If you blow up the puck, then afterwards you have an easier fight, I think, than if you blow up the Oracle. Killing the Oracle is definitely good for you, but if you kill that Oracle, why are you going for a Dead Prophet whose ulti is running out? Some questionable plays from compLexity, and then that black hole in the end, just the icing on the cake. Your Nyx is already dead. You just do not possess the strength after that Nyx is dead. You don't have the damage. Yeah, your Limp is strong. Tiny has a lot of kills. He's 9-0-10 right now. He's beyond godlike, just crushing it. But honestly, he has Shadow Blade and Blink Dagger. Mobility items, pick-off oriented items. Echo Saber is fine, but it's not good enough. You cannot just rely on him to do all the damage in the black hole.
So Cole have to go back to the drawing board.
I mean, just play it a bit better around that BKB and black hole.
And don't go in on a quick for DP who's about to regain all of her HP with Ghost.
Yeah, just blowing him up earlier before he popped his ulti or in the middle of the ult is obviously very worth it for them, but that ulti ended.
Lifestealer definitely needs to not die. But Puck now with an Aghanim Scepter could be his undoing in these fights. As Koikfa tanks up with a Shiva's Guard, Death Prophet becomes even more difficult to kill, especially with Insania sitting behind them, and Mickey continuing great strides to catch up to the Lifestealer's net worth. He's well on his way to a full SNY, but there is the big item for compLexity, the Halberd.
The Halberd must help them. They have to use it on this troll before that BKB. They have to use it so he does not just completely obliterate the Nyx on his own.
Miracle, careful. There's the Dream Coil. He rages and runs forward. He's got nothing to infest, and Mickey, he's gonna get some roots here. He's gonna get some nets. Insania is caught, and here's the black hole. Death on the top of two of them. Tiger can't stop it through that BKB, but there's no damage follow-up. The Lifestealers run away. Death has to bail. Koikfa's Ghosts are chasing on. They kill the Enigma, and Limp, okay, he's infested, and they jump. Nice big combo with Miracle. Jumps out and munches on them. Boxy, last man standing. Can the Puck escape from this? The stomp attempt, not quite landing, but Boxy's gonna get hounded. Elusive, slippery hero. Fairy Dragon, it looks like will escape.
There we go, Boxy escapes, but the rest of them did fall, so they got a 4-man wipe there. Honestly, I mean, compLexity, they should be punished for what they're doing. Some of the things that they're doing in these team fights, I haven't seen been done in a long time. Like Winter Wyvern using Winter's Curse, and then Enigma instantly following up with the Black Hole. Of course, there's no damage because you can't deal damage. It's not how it works. That Black Hole completely wasted. However, that does make Alliance feel a bit too cocky. They stare around. They got 4-man Elder stomped into the tiny Toss-Sala combo with the Infest Bomb. That was marvelous. The rest of it, not so much.
Silence into stun. Boxy unable to Dream Coil as his Yulesed and nearly stomped. compLexity without the black hole. And they do fall back to the high ground that they can hold. Mika's troll finding one pocket of farm he can.
compLexity is definitely having problems. Now I remember yesterday we were watching them. They also had that Enigma, and they had Naga, and they would mess up Song into Black Hole. Like Winter's Curse into Black Hole is, I don't know which one is harder to mess up. So Song into Black Hole or Winter's Curse into Black Hole. I think it's very similar, right? Isn't it?
They're both pretty much the same, right? You can't damage.
You can't miss that. Like how?
It definitely feels like Death is a bit panicky on this big stage.
Yeah, yesterday we could blame it on Naga, but it's all about communication. Like, maybe they don't really have that level of communication just yet, in which they call for their spells.
This is a monumental catch. Could be the turning point for Alliance. Buyback from Wyvern. Limp is still tanking through it all with his Blade Mail on the turn with Winter's Curse. Limp might be able to escape, but Tiger tossed back. The black hole! This time they don't mess up the combo. Boxy's here with No Dream Coil, and in they go with Death and Z-Freak. Miracle gonna run away from the Troll now as the False Promise keeps him up and running. Koikva sprinting in. Spirit Siphons onto 3. They're gonna bring down Z-Freak. The Cold Embrace buys some time, and the Yules up into the air will keep him alive as Cole lose the Enigma, buy back on the Wyvern, defend their high ground, and force Alliance back once more.
This time the combos were definitely good on the side of complexity, but Alliance played that really well. They had that Oracle saving from behind. Obviously, Koikwa with the spirits. Is he gonna fall here though?
They are chasing very, very wildly for him. Quick little Spirit Storm cancelled by Boxy's Pug. Maybe enough to get Koikva out with the Fate's Edict, but Limp says absolutely not, but does trade his life as Boxy takes the godlike streak away from complexity.
1400 gold. He just adds that Puck. Pretty good for Puck.
Puck gets a casual 1.6k from that fight, or from the last couple of seconds of that fight. Z-Freak. Stomp and run, Miracle.
Remember the discipline that these two teams possessed in that game. One, they just went ham. It was a very long game, so I believe they're stressed out. They don't really have the mental fortitude any longer to play in a completely sane way, so this is just bloodbath everywhere. I like this.
If the camera stops moving, by the way, it's because I'm muting my microphone and potentially dying.
I'll take over. Just
don't touch the mouse. You'll contract the disease. It's pretty bad. And I don't want your disease. I don't want both. Neither of us want both of them, to be honest.
So we have AC in that pit. Nike sitting that Roshan. He's not doing it too fast. He's gonna get out.
Quick stun onto Mickey. There's a lot of damage. He might have to BKB Battle Trance. He's gonna get the Winter's Curse on him after the False Promise. And there's no healing coming from Insania because of this, so Mickey, sure enough, will get healed up, but that's a scary prospect to deal with as they stun the ET in the middle of battle. Radiant loses out on the SNY of Mickey, I believe that is, and it allows Limp to jump in. Troll gone, Insania can't save him. And Cole have open season on the Roshan pit now.
Yeah, that whole time, Puck was on top of Enigma, just preventing him from going in, following up with that black hole of his. So Boxy did what he could to stop Enigma, but he cannot stop all of them, and because of that the Troll falls. They still do have some spells that... Oh, Taiga.
Oh dear. He tried an optimistic TP.
Doesn't hurt to try. 50 gold more or less.
Double damage Miracle. Num.
Yeah, heal him up. Stop him from hitting that charge. Now he can... Yeah.
Open wounds, easy peasy.
With the open wounds it gets a bit easier, definitely.
So Quick for Shivas is coming up soon. But Z, look at Z just pushing this top tower. Top barrack.
Oh, barracks, yeah.
Double catapult.
You guys take Rosh, I'm gonna take their base. Yeah, Eidolon's a little bit AFK. They do dish out a lot of damage, look at that, so it's interesting he wasn't sending them a bit earlier.
They get one hit each, nice. Z-Freak. He's a big boy, he is, isn't he? Halberd, Ultimate Orb, moving into side, the toss back. Insania, oh dearie me, the one punch man.
No buyback.
41 seconds without your Oracle, absolutely right, so now it's down to Pug to try and buy some time. Mickey. BKB Battle Trance. Holy Locket, Shivers Guard, Koikva, what's the buyback status? Because I think Koikva just bought out. His buyback's on CD for 2 minutes anyway. There's also Troll without buyback here, so complexity, they could push a few buttons.
It's very hard for Troll to approach this fight. He has no buyback, as you said, no Oracle to save him for 15 more seconds, and DP is caught.
Tiger got strength trying to move in, the DP, Koikva in the Midnight Pulse, stunned up continually. Black Hole onto the Yules with the Winter's Curse, catching out 2 on the left-hand side, and Limp with a toss. Takes down Koikva, no buyback. And 2 heroes still dead. Alliance will bring the Oracle back, but they're losing heroes at the front quickly. Tiger drops, and Mickey has to make a trip back to Fountain. compLexity now aiming for tier 4s. Eating up the cheese. Easy breezy for Limp as he goes in. False Promise will keep Mickey in the running. But I don't know what else he can do here with BKB down. Only Battle Trance really to play around with. He has to fight. He has to just man up and battle Miracle. But he's on such low HP, there's nothing he can do. If the Yule Scepter kills him here, that is the worst way possible to die in Dota 2. That's a good game. compLexity taking game 2, tying up the best of 2 series. As the throne will fall and GG gets called.
This bloodbath definitely did benefit compLexity in the end, as they do have Limp on that Tiny. And I believe Alliance is 1-4 now, compLexity is 2-4,
Yeah.
right? 2-4?
That's the way it should be.
So compLexity is a little bit ahead of Alliance. Does Alliance fall? Nah, Alliance is gonna battle out versus Aster. So Alliance is gonna be what, 1-5?
Alliance should be 1-5 and Astra also 1-5.
1-5, yeah. So basically we have the bottom two. Yeah, bottom 2 of the group battling it out in the next series.
Nice. Well, there we have it. Series done. Alliance versus Astra, like Lizard's saying. Coming up in just a little bit. Hopefully not too long of a break as we'll shift ourselves into the lobby. Grab yourselves a snack or a drink. Stay hydrated, as we are definitely doing. See you after the break, everybody.